Why play Mordekaiser top? Well, he's a pretty safe pick with lots of good matchups. He's a great team fighter, he's probably one of the best characters at killing an ADC, and he can secure objectives easily just by ulting the opposing jungler. However, he does lack mobility, and you are skill shot reliant, so you can struggle against mobile champions. Mordekaiser's passive is firstly that his auto attacks deal additional magic damage. The other part of his passive is that after landing 3 attacks or spells against champions, he surrounds himself in an aura which deals damage and grants him movement speed. Mord's Q smashes his mace on the floor in front of him, dealing damage. If you hit just one target, it does even more damage. The passive on Mord's W fills the grey bar under his health whenever he deals or takes damage. The active converts this bar into a shield. While you're still shielded, you can press W again to heal for 40% of the remaining shield. Mord's E has a passive where he gains percentage magic penetration. The active throws out a claw which pulls enemies in his direction. Mord's ultimate banishes him and another champion to the Shadow Realm for 7 seconds. In addition, you steal 10% of the stats of the other champion, and if you kill them while still in the Shadow Realm, you keep those stats until they respawn. Your most basic combo is to land an E into a Q auto attack, or E into an auto attack Q auto attack. This procs your passive and makes you a terror to fight. For Masteries, go for this. It allows you to play like a bruiser. For build order, start ringing pots, or you can go shield if you need it. Follow this up by getting Riftmaker, tier 2 boots, and Demonic Embrace. After that, these are great items, and to finish your build, these are great items too, depending on what you need. For skill order, start Q, then E, then W, before maxing Q, then E, then W, taking ult whenever you can. For some of the spells, go Flash and Ignite. Ghost is also good. During the lane phase, the safest thing to do is focus on farming until level 6. You scale better than most champions, and you do very well in team fights. So getting to this point as soon as possible, as safely as possible, is always a solid option. However, when you've filled up your shield bar, you can look to E into a QAA to proc your passive, and with your massive shield, this will be a pretty free trade for you. Otherwise, when you're farming, don't be afraid to use your Mason cooldown to poke them out. Entering into the mid and late game is where Mord starts to become terrifying. Firstly, you have amazing presence around dragons, heralds, and barons. Not only can you take someone out the fight, but you also have the ability to ult their jungler, making them unable to smite the monster and giving your team the free objective. Your role in the team fight is incredibly straightforward. Ult someone, kill them, and then with that threat dealt with, kill the rest of their team. However, the most important part now is choosing who to ult. As we just talked about, around an objective, their jungler can be a good choice. If you default to their ADC, you can't go too wrong. They'll never really cause you any trouble in the 1v1, and they die quickly. However, also consider the hero ult, where you get rid of their Kennen or Fiddlesticks or Diana, who are about to do some serious AoE damage to your team, just to find themselves Shadow Realmed. Or alternatively, you have the defensive ult, where you're in trouble and you can ult their support to survive. Choosing which ult to use is the key to mastering Mordekaiser. However, when fighting this way, be careful of ulting near walls where they'll simply be able to jump or flash over them. In addition, be wary of targets with cleanse, targets with QSS, or even stuff like Gangplank Oranges, which can instantly cancel your ult and get your opponent back to safety. Your ultimate, of course, also gives you amazing pick potential. If you ever find anyone even slightly overextended, being able to force them into a 1v1 means you can often kill them, and then you have a chunk of time where your team's 4v5 on the map, which allows you to get very easy objectives.